My name's Alain, and I just want to make this real quick video talking about my experience with something called Nofap. So I did Nofap hard mode for 24 days. And if you don't know what Nofap is, it's basically you abstain from any porn, masturbation, and in hard mode, any ejaculation at all. So that would be semen retention. So I did that for 24 days, and you're probably wondering why the fuck would I do that? But in this video, I'm just going to kind of explain how it helped me, how it impacted my life, and basically how it affected like my energy levels, day to day, week to week, stuff like that. So the concept behind NoFap is basically you're just conserving your sexual energy, and you can repurpose that energy to other places. So that's going to bring us to our first benefit of this practice. So benefit one would be just your energy levels in general. I always have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, but it always felt like during my NoFap, probably after day 7 or 10, it's hard to say, but after a certain amount of time, you just wake up with more energy, and you just kind of know what to do. And not even in the morning, it helped me a lot in the morning because I struggle, but for working out too, I find it easier to channel some energy and really get into it and get really intense. So benefit number 2 I want to talk about is mental clarity. So I am a weed smoker. I recently kind of quit. I still do it occasionally, but I would find that I would often be foggy, so I wouldn't really know what to do. I would be kind of lost in my own head and my own thoughts, and when I would wake up, I couldn't really just deliberate in my head any real good reason to convince myself to get out of bed. So this NoFap really honestly helps. It's a little bit hard to notice at first, but after a while you will really notice the difference of when you're on retention, of just how clear your mind is and how it feels like you just always know what to do. It's weird. It's a weird thing to say, but you kind of wake up and it's easier to make a plan for yourself, a plan for your day. And the last one I want to talk about is something I call dopamine tolerance. So I'm not sure if that's the right term, but basically I found that on retention, when I was starving myself of dopamine, I found that I really appreciated eating more and playing video games more and doing like alternative things that would make me happy or give me pleasure. They were even more pleasurable. So I'm sure you are all wondering, what's it like to break a 24-day streak of semen retention? And I will tell you right now, this is not trying to support my case or anything. The absolute truth is that it was a letdown. The ejaculation after 24 days of waiting, where for the past, since I hit puberty until now I'm 18, have been doing it regularly, and haven't had a break longer than a week. 24 days of a break, and it was mediocre. So that's very strange, I found, because the anticipation was so intense and so great that I was anticipating it so much that it was fine. It's just, it was nowhere near the level I thought it would be. And that kind of points to the fact that anticipation of satisfying your cravings is stronger than actually satisfying them. It sounds weird to say because you think, well, eating candy is way better than thinking about or craving eating candy. But in my opinion, the craving is a more powerful force than actually satisfying the want. So I thought that was really interesting about just yourself, and learning like that the cravings are just a physical sensation, and that it's not always truly what you have to do. So this is the last point I'm going to touch on, but I bet you're wondering, well, my urges are so strong to masturbate. How will I ever stop these urges? And obviously, you can't stop them. They're just going to come. But you do have tools that you can use to stop it and extend your retention. The number one way to stop yourself from masturbating is to take a cold shower. And it sounds like, oh my god, I don't ever want to do that, but it's a practice that I've been doing for quite a while. Cold therapy is extremely... Hi. Cold therapy is extremely helpful in my life just in general, but especially for the urges, because if you have an urge and you take a cold shower, it will be gone no matter what. So it just comes down to that. But obviously you'll have more than one urge in a day, so I would say another one is drink water, or not even just drink water, but also just do anything, because if you do anything, the craving will only last 3 to 5 minutes. Because what I found was, honestly, the first week is probably the hardest. I know that's like with everything with addictions, but the first week is honestly the hardest because it always feels like it's going up. But you do hit a point where your urge is consistent and it starts to plateau. So around day 7 or day 10, I found after day 10, I really didn't have an urge for probably another 8-9 days. So honestly, this little guy. So it doesn't get better, but it does not get worse. After a certain point, stop. He's eating the pen. After a certain point, it does get bearable, and it won't just keep going up. So the last thing that may help you to fight the urges is just think about kind of why you're doing it. One thing I did was I subscribed to the Nofap subreddit, and I kind of just saw people who were doing it, gave me a little inspiration, just remembering that the immediate gratification of jerking off will not compare to the benefits of long-term retention. And so if you're going to take something from this video, I'd just say try 7 days of retention. You will truly see the difference, and if you don't, so be it. But I just wanted to make this real quick video sharing how it helped me, and just some it's kind of a taboo thing talking about this, and it obviously kind of makes me uncomfortable, but I think it's information that should be shared. And if I went through something like this, and it benefited me like this, maybe it'll benefit you too. So that's all I have for you today. Have a good one.